I woke up and drank the Kool-Aid this morning. Ladies, you're not going to like this video, but it's very important for you to hear what I have to say, okay? I want to start this video with a true story. So, I moved to Ottawa, the capital of Canada, back in 2012. And if you lived in Ottawa for a long time, you know this story is true. So at the time while I was on campus, I got to know this guy. This guy's name was AJ. AJ is the #1 drug dealer in town, okay? At least this was true back in the day. He always hung around the university campuses, especially at Algonquin College, okay? Sometimes he would go to Carleton University or University of Ottawa. So this guy was the most famous drug dealer in town. By the way, AJ is a black guy. He walks around with his pants down, he wears a do-rag, likes to smoke a joint. I don't make up the stereotypes, I'm just telling you the truth, okay? If you lived in Ottawa for a very long time, you know exactly who AJ is. And you know that this guy makes a shitload of money by selling weed and other drugs to university and college students. So this guy, a professional full-time drug dealer, I definitely don't consider this guy to be a role model, okay? This guy has snow bunnies lining up to give him the hak toi every single day. He's got snow bunnies all lined up for him. Remember George Floyd, right? I agree, okay? The man didn't deserve to die. However, George Floyd was also a professional drug dealer. He's been arrested and gone to prison at least 9 times, right? George Floyd didn't have a job. George Floyd had a promising basketball career. He was even teammates and friends with Steven Jackson, a former player on the Golden State Warriors. However, he made some terrible decisions in life that led to the downfall of his basketball career. And one of his charges included pistol whipping a pregnant woman, okay? That is never, ever okay under any circumstance. However, look at George Floyd. He's got a black baby mama. And also at the time of his death, he also had a white snow bunny girlfriend. So this is the part I really don't understand about women, okay? Why do you guys want these thugs so bad? Okay, I always hear women complaining and say, oh, all men are assholes, men are terrible. No, men are addicted to gambling, men are addicted to smoking, men are addicted to alcohol. And this is also true for women in the East, okay? I always see this Chinese woman complaining, oh, Chinese men, they smoke too much, they drink too much, they gamble too much. Listen, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't gamble. However, none of you ladies want me. Right now in 2024, in the modern dating world, I don't think women have any rights to complain about their man because that's the guy you chose, right? You want to know something crazy? Okay, look up the statistics on online dating apps, okay? This is true in almost every single country. By the way, the recent statistics show that between 50 to 70% of relationships today start online now. Okay, so dating apps clearly is the most popular choice, okay? Women only swipe right between 4 to 5% of the time. For men, swiping right on women is anywhere between 50 to 70%. Do you know what that means, ladies? So, 5% of male users on dating app gets matched with 95% of women. You're choosing to be someone else's backup tire. You're choosing to be someone else's concubine. You're choosing to be someone else's side chick. That's just the reality. And here's the thing, I want to be really serious because this is extremely dangerous. These terrible choices you're making when you're choosing these terrible men. Oh, you want to talk about your baby daddy, he's a deadbeat, right? He's a Pookie RayRay. Why would you choose that guy? Okay, I've seen a lot of these videos I mentioned before in my comments on my videos. People keep saying that, I'm somehow the Chinese Kevin Samuels. I have to be honest, up until recently, I don't even know who Kevin Samuels is. So I looked up Kevin Samuels, I watched some of his contents. And some of the stuff I definitely agree with what he's talking about, right? There are plenty of great black man that's qualified, that's at least a middle income status in the United States. I'm pretty sure that the vast majority of black men in the United States are not in jail, okay? Why do so many black women in the United States wants to choose the black man that has a criminal record, that has gone to jail multiple times? Why would you choose that guy to become your baby daddy? So I mentioned before, back when I used to live with my dad in Canada, this is a very, very short time period. And right in front of my dad's house, there's a church, and right beside the church, there's also a shelter for women. I mentioned before, unfortunately, when my dad attempted to kill me, I had to run inside that woman's shelter one time to escape. And obviously, because that shelter is so close to my dad's place, I've actually got to meet and talk to a lot of these women. Here's the thing I don't understand, okay? Obviously, I understand, domestic violence is a terrible thing and nobody has to go through that. And you can look up the divorce statistics in almost every single country, right? So 70 to 80% of the time, it's the woman that initiates the divorce, right? And for breakups, it's much higher. It's 80 to 90%. So vast majority of the time, what I see is that sometimes, I met guys in Canada, perfect, fine-looking guy, makes good money. Then sometimes I will ask these guys, how are things with your girlfriend? And they would tell me, oh, actually, I don't have a girlfriend anymore, so she dumped me. And I asked them, what the hell happened? Okay, you're a perfectly fine dude. And they just said, I'm too vanilla. I'm just too nice. I'm too boring. There's just no spark. There's no excitement in the relationships anymore. Okay, so you see, ladies, you dump all the nice guys. You put all the nice guys in the friend zone. You ghost them. You don't talk to them. You ignore them. You call them creeps. Then you choose this kind of guy, the type of guys who commits domestic violence and forces you to escape to the women's shelter. Some of these women I talk to, okay, the domestic violence, okay, it's not the first time that has happened. For many of these women that are forced to escape to these shelters, okay, they have been hit by their man 5, 10, 15, 20 times. And for some reason, okay, women have no problem ending a relationship with a nice guy, with a friendly guy, the guy that's, boring or whatever. But for this type of violent, abusive guys, women would do anything to keep coming back to these guys. So they keep getting punched in the face every single time. So they keep getting abused. No, I'm serious. I really, really don't understand this. Can one of you guys explain this to me? Because this is a extremely, extremely dark and dangerous behavior. You guys ever watch those documentaries? We're documenting a crime of an extremely violent and dangerous man, and where this guy has abused and murdered tons of innocent women, right? For example, Ted Bundy. Look at Ted Bundy, right? Absolutely batshit insane. Like, look at how many women Ted Bundy has slept with. Even when he was in prison, women are still writing love letters to this guy. And these women I met at the women's shelter in front of my dad's house, okay? Many of them have suffered abuse from their partners for many, many years, okay? And it's absolutely horrific. And I'm talking about knocking their teeth out, giving them black eye, strangling them by the neck, and many of them have near fatal encounters with their partners. However, these type of women, when they come into contact with these abusive men, for whatever reason, after each abusive episode, they will keep coming back to these men. Ladies, why do you do this? Okay, I don't understand this. Because this is how you get yourself hurt. This is how you get yourself killed, okay? You're putting yourself in an extremely dangerous situation. Why don't you just walk away from these men? You have no problem walking away with guys who are perfectly nice to you. Look at Kaka's ex-wife. She literally divorced him because she said that Kaka was just way too perfect for her. And also, it's the guys, who are 100% fine, 100% normal, okay? They're just going on about their day, right? They're the ones who are catching the strays. Because after these women, they choose to date these abusive men, and they will complain about it to everybody they know in their life, and they will take it to social media, and they say all men are assholes, okay? All men are drug users, all men are abusers, all men are rapists. When the vast majority of men had nothing to do with it. It's you who are choosing these type of guys. You're choosing to go out there, to go to a pub on a Saturday night at 11 p.m. and you're choosing to have a one-night stand with some gangster or thug that rode into town on a bicycle, or some random bartender while you're on a road trip, or you're choosing to sleep with some local pub musician at a music fest. It's you who are making choices. You're choosing to sleep with these men. You want to know something crazy? In China, it's estimated that over 70% of males are still virgins into their 30s. It is because all the Chinese women are sleeping with the same very small percentage of men. It's the exact same thing that's happening in the West. You want to talk about, all men are players, all men are cheaters? The fact is that it's estimated that 1 out of 3 men currently in the United States under the age of 30 is a virgin. And another 1 out of 3 haven't had sex in the past 12 months, okay? All of the women are sleeping with a very small percentage of men. And I'm sorry, ladies, the vast majority of these men are not good men. Because why would they be a good man to women, right? These type of men, they have women throwing themselves at them. So why would they stay faithful to just one woman? Why would they not be abusive? Because they say that, if I hit one of my girl, I can just go find another one easily, no problem. So this is why these guys are acting like assholes towards these women. And as I dug through Kevin Samuels' old videos, so he did bring up this point many times. The way Kevin Samuels put it, he said that women are choosing these type of violent, abusive men is because that women crave this kind of drama. They want violence, okay? They want fights. They want these dramatic stories to happen in life. That's why every time they meet a guy that's super nice to them, that wants to treat them like a queen, that doesn't want to be involved in any kind of drama, they will just ignore this guy and put this guy into the friend zone. And when they meet the Pookie and RayRays, when they meet the gangsters and thugs, when they meet a guy that they know is a Chad that has slept with 200 to 300 women, and they start to go crazy for these type of men because they know that these guys will cheat on them during their relationship. When cheating happens, that means that there's going to be drama, there's going to be intensity, there's going to be fight, there's going to be abuse, there's going to be violence. So women crave these type of situations because in these type of situations, they can always portray men as the villain and they themselves can play the victim. And that is why women are desperate to play the victim in modern relationships. That's why they're choosing these terrible men. Ladies, you really have to think about the consequences of your choices. The reality is that in the United States, okay, under the age of 30, over 60% of men are single. The vast majority of men are single, and the vast majority of men are good men. It's you're choosing the terrible men out there. Have you ever thought that, the reason why you're single and alone and you're having trouble finding love in life is because maybe you are the problem and God is keeping all the good people in this world away from you? Perhaps you're the problem. I don't want to make this video too long, but I will follow up on this topic with a couple more videos next week. I'm going to talk about the real reason behind the 100 million leftover women in China, because I mentioned in China they're going through the exact same issue as the United States. And I'm going to bring in the topic of why it is a moral obligation for both men and women to be happy and to be grateful, no matter what the circumstance, okay? And I'm going to talk about something very interesting. I'm going to bring the topic of moody versus non-moody. So once again, thank you guys so much for staying till the end. I will come back to follow up on this topic next week. And please, ladies or gentlemen, okay, if you have an explanation for me as to why women keep choosing these violent, abusive men, and even after they get abused, even after, they escaped to the women's shelter, even after they've gone through numerous rounds of counseling, they will continue to come back to these men. Okay, I really don't understand that. I need your help. Please leave a comment, because I think that is one part of the woman's mind I will never ever be able to understand.